adesso passiamo in inglese, chiamo adesso Axel Meise, che è fondatore, CEO, designer di Occhio. Welcome, Axel. Occhio. Okay, first of all, I would like to say that Axel has a basic knowledge of Italian language, so in case you want to say a few words in Italian, you feel free to do it anytime during our interview. First of all, my first question cannot be should be the one about the name. Why did you choose Occhio as a brand name?
Okay, mainly two reasons. First of all,
there is an Italian word. Okay.
Yes, absolutely. First of all, I like Italy, and even my sons have Italian names.
Your sons?
My sons, yeah.
Okay.
Matteo, Luca.
Matteo, Luca, okay.
And I thought it would be a good idea to combine kind of Italian design and German engineering. And this is the idea. And generally, the first product we always use lenses with our products because it's the best optical instrument you can find. And if you look at our first product, you immediately see that it looks like an eye. And to call it Auge, like German eye, it's not so nice. So Occhio was the best choice, and I'm happy that we did it.
And you kept on using Italian words also for the product,
yes.
Right?
Yes, absolutely.
And you have 6 families of products?
Three, only 3 plus an outdoor family. So this is one very special approach from Occhio. We don't have a typical selection of different designs and products. We have a product portfolio. Okay. So it's not a collection; it's a portfolio.
Okay. And can you tell us something about the story of your company? So, where did you start? Why?
Yeah,
this is very interesting.
Of course, the story is very closely connected to my story, and I started when I was very young with lighting as a hobby. It was a hobby, and I made it to a profession. And I had different approaches. In the 80s, it was the wire systems. As you know, in the 90s, I had a shop, a lighting shop.
So you were a distributor of multi-brands?
Even floss and things like that. And
we still have a client.
By the way, we still run this shop.
You still have this shop?
It's still part of our group, yeah.
What is the name?
In Munich, Lichtgalerie. It's still part of our group. And this is where I learned what the market had to offer, the customers wanted, and what was missing.
Okay.
And this was this consistent concept of Occhio, and I found it. I'm a designer and entrepreneur, so this is a special combination. And so I put focus on the design and on the concept and invented kind of this new concept of Occhio, and we launched it in 1999. And then, of course, the first phase of Occhio was halogen. So with the halogen technology, because this was the best you could get at this time. And then, of course, as everybody in the business, we had to change to LED. So we started nearly from scratch again. So this was roughly my entrepreneurial and designer story or history about the last 40 years I'm in lighting.
And you are, what I find interesting is that you are the designer with your team of the product. So you don't use external designers for the new product, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Again, there are a lot of differences to the traditional brands in lighting and in furniture. We are just trying to do everything a little bit differently
Yes.
and maybe a little bit more disruptive.
Yeah, but why you think this is better? I mean, I don't know if what it
It's better. It just
because you are more flexible. What are the reasons
Yeah,
why you have everything within your company?
maybe because I'm a designer. I made it possible to put my own ideas into practice. And I wasn't in need of external designers. Of course, we have our internal design team, but this is it. And even for the engineering, we take external support. But for the design, we do it in-house. And this, of course, leads to a very consistent concept. It's, yeah.
And talking about distribution, you just opened a store in Milan. How you are organized? How you sell only through direct stores? You have multi-brand stores. What is your strategy in distribution?
We started with dealers, lighting dealers, as well as furniture shops, but mainly lighting shops, and mainly in the DACH region, Germany, Austria, Switzerland, and Benelux. And this was a fast start, but we added some stores on our own, some flagship stores. And it started in Munich, of course, since we are based in Munich. And now we have a couple of flagship stores in Germany. And to be precise, we have 4, and the 5th one is upcoming in Berlin in October. And Milan is the first flagship in a foreign country, but not the last one.
Not the last one.
Not the last one, but this is only the top. We have a very special concept. It's kind of a franchise concept. So you cannot get Occhio without having the brand space, the Occhio brand space. So it's really needed that you have the Occhio concept presented the way it works best, and we worked out how it works best. So the customer should get the maximum experience when he enters, of course, a flagship store, but even if he enters a lighting store where who has Occhio, and the exhibition should bring the full potential and the full possibilities of Occhio visible to the customer, to the
and in the future, you see
client.
The majority of your business will be through your own stores or corners or concept like that, or you still think you can be in dealers?
Both. It's always both. And again, we look for the special dealers, not typical vendors. We just want to sell the products because Occhio needs consultancy. If you want to go for Occhio because it's a concept, yeah, that's special. Yes, you can buy just one Occhio luminaire, but at the end, you just enter an ecosystem, because Occhio is an ecosystem. And of course, you can, if you buy or build a new house or an apartment, you can equip the whole house with Occhio. And then you get the full impact. And this is of the new culture of light of Occhio. And this is why consultancy is really needed. And this is why, by the way, our e-commerce share is, it tripled last year from 0.5 to 1.5. It's not so relevant. It's important to inform our people and to even inspire our customers digitally, but the actual process of buying is related to the consultancy, which is provided by either our partners, we call them, our dealers, we call them partners. It's really a partnership with them, or by our own flagship stores.
But you have different collection, consumers and, let's say, contract, or is always the same collection, let's say, offer?
You know, the cool thing about LED is that it offers options for both. It's very energy efficient, and of course, the LEDs we use provide the best possible light you can get. So you can use it either in the residential as well as in the commercial area, so we don't differentiate. Only for the commercial part you may not need some features. Then you get a, let's say, a more simpler version of the product.
And can you give us some figures about the business? You were telling about e-commerce, but what is the trend of turnover over the last years of the company? What do you expect to reach?
Yeah. As you see, we are not too old. It's just the 22nd year now of the existence of Occhio, and we just reached, actually yesterday, yesterday we ended our business year, and we just reached on this very day the 100 million order intake. We surpassed this threshold, and it was a big milestone for Occhio. So, and we tripled.
What is the amount? Yes.
100 million.
100 million euro.
100 million
okay,
euro. So this is a big moment for Occhio, because not. And of course, it shows that with our growth rate of the last year, it was 40%. In the last 4 years, we tripled our turnover. So we are on a quite strong growth path, and we want to continue that.
And I know you have in your capital structure, you have also a private equity, minority private equity.
Yes.
When did they enter? What have been the advantages of this operation? What do you think about it? You are satisfied?
First of all, it was a big step for an entrepreneur always to let investors in to your company. It wasn't needed, but it was helpful to grow that much. If you grow in this scale, it's for sure better to have a strong partner with you. And of course, these guys from Munich, they are not the typical investors. They are growth investors. They have been entrepreneurs. They're very young, and they gave us, aside from the money, a lot of input and energy, of course. But even it's like a new generation upcoming, and without them, we wouldn't have made it to this. We would have made it to a good result as well. But to grow this fast, it's better to have support.
Okay. And what you see for the future of Occhio, you think to go on just in lighting? Do you have an idea of extending your offer? Do you want to, what you see in this kind of area?
Yeah, first of all, we want to continue our growth path. Since you have to know that it's 90% of our turnover is in DACH and Benelux. 90%. That means 90. That means just 10% in the rest of the world, and even Europe. This is why we came to Italy. We want to really conquer southern Europe from here, and of course Milan is the best possible place to do this, since there's the Salone, even the Super Salone. And we are happy that we have since a couple of months, since May I think, we have this store, and this will be a great base for further business, and of course presenting Occhio to the world, to the design and interior world, of course. But we think for the future, one thing is very important. First of all, to make the concept of the new culture of light of Occhio visible to other persons, to other markets, to other consumers, to other designers and architects. In DACH and Benelux, we are quite well known. I think we are market leader in this area, but the rest of the world deserves it to see Occhio, to understand Occhio, and to see the added value of Occhio, to experience this. But at the end, it's connected very closely to technology. You need technology to really, people will use technology to control their house, their ambience, their light, their atmosphere. And so it's not just about designing and engineering products. You have to be aware that it's part of the smart home concept. People expect that there's a connection between their smart home and the light, the product, the lighting, because they want to create an atmosphere of create their own atmosphere just by their fingertip. or with Occhio, with a gesture. You may have seen it in the video. For example, you can, that's very, very special. You can control all Occhio products in the reach of your hand with gestures.
So really you see a lot of room of growing within the lighting business, even because you need always technology, if I'm not wrong, to develop new products?
This is our specialty. Because we have not only a design unit in-house, we have an electronic unit in-house, and it's bigger than the design unit. It's so important to be really cutting edge on this topic. It's inevitable, and this differentiates us from others, I think so.
May you consider acquisition in the future, going public, listing the company? What do you see for
Actually, I don't know. Let's see. For the moment, there's no idea in this. And you had another question to diversify it to other sectors. I think one of our strengths is the focus. The focus on lighting. But again, lighting without control will not work out anymore. So lighting and control. This is our focus for the future.
Thank you very much. It was really interesting to understand about your company, and I hope for the Salone you'll be here and you will enjoy a good atmosphere.
Absolutely, I will. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mille grazie.
Complimenti.